Welcome to Group 1's Learning Spaces project. The question that guided our research was, how can digital and physical elements be combined within one learning space or classroom to enhance student engagement and collaboration? One of our group members, Liz, currently struggles with a learning space that does not reflect her or her students' needs. Before we propose a redesign, let's get to know a little bit about Liz's current classroom. As you can see, Liz and her students partake in a diverse variety of learning opportunities in her learning space, all the way from Introduction to Business to Advanced Marketing 3, in which her students run the school store called Pete's Place. Additionally, there are other student groups that meet in the room, such as DECA and Interact students. Though Liz's current space has several negatives, such as not enough workspace for students, inability for the teacher to move around, and lack of storage, and bookcases that were purchased by Liz herself, there are several positives that provide a great framework for a new classroom redesign. For example, her room is spacious, it has access to great light, and it has a great location within the school. Here is a bird's eye view of the classroom. As you can see, the students are crowded into desks that face away from collaborative spaces, and there are other issues such as an air conditioner that is consistently providing an inappropriate temperature for the room. You can see by the pictures below that the room is spacious and has a lot of potential to be a rich collaborative learning lab for students. All of the cabinets and bookcases in the room have been personally purchased by Liz, with the exception of the cart used to house the printers and paper. Liz, however, pulled this cart out of the school trash and fixed it up. She also added bulletin boards to display student accomplishments, as well as another large bulletin board not shown that students use to manage information for their student-led organizations that meet in the classroom. Because of the marketing nature of the courses being taught, Liz has selected and purchased a multitude of metal advertisements with which to decorate the room and bring it to life. We have broken down the redesign process into 4 main steps. First, we assessed the current classroom situation. Next, we will consult research on how to best create a classroom for 21st century learners. We will then create a plan for the redesign, and finally, we will propose the redesign itself. In order to assess the current classroom and seek feedback, a 3-pronged approach was developed. First, we would thoughtfully reflect on day-to-day activities and functions. Second, an outside source would observe the classroom and provide feedback. And third, students would be surveyed for feedback as well. We have given you an overall design and layout of the existing classroom, as well as pros and cons. Here are the results of the 3-pronged approach. Students said, "We do not have safe or protective places for our projects. We are fearful that other students will damage or use our materials and project boards. We can't get enough chairs around the table so that we can work together, nor do we have enough space to spread out our projects and work on it." Liz's feedback said, "I cannot get to all of my students. I'm climbing over backpacks and disturbing other students working in order to reach students to help them, unless they are sitting on the open end of the rows, which gives me easier access. Students who are inside of the rows know that it's difficult for me to get to them, so they are sometimes playing games on the computer or are off task. Additionally, when I'm working in front of the class, students sometimes hide behind the monitors and can get off task easily. The chairs in my classroom are very old and make lots of noise, which is distracting. Also, they often lose hardware and require daily maintenance. There is no room for students to work on projects, so their materials are all over the classroom, making for a very messy and unorganized looking room, which is distracting to me and the students. It takes time for the students to sometimes locate all of their materials because they are all over the classroom. These desires of the student and teacher have been compiled in order to contribute to the ideas that will make the classroom a more positive learning environment." Now that we've presented a classroom that is in need of a redesign and have provided student and teacher input, it's time to see what the research says. Research shows that the 3 pieces of an active learning ecosystem, space, pedagogy, and technology, must be intentionally created to support new active learning behaviors. The State of California Department of Education encourages flexible seating arrangements for their students in order to discover deeper learning. Collaboration can be fostered by organizing bookcases and other physical resources in the room to provide space for collaboration. Finally, technology should be integrated in a way that promotes 21st century values, like outfitting a room with many outlets and USB ports. Now it's time to generate a plan and research materials. Based on student need, we have drafted a plan and continue to make changes. However, we will show you the final layout shortly. The company Smith System appears to be well aligned with meeting our objectives of developing a classroom that encourages collaboration, yet still provides individual workspace. We will also show you some of the furnishings we've selected. No matter where you start, this flexible planning tool can help you chart a strategic path for transforming your school to meet the demands of today's students and their futures. There are 5 topics: assessment and accountability, leadership and culture, learning, teaching and professional learning, and infrastructure, which contains 3 stages: planning, building, and transforming. The 2 biggest challenges of this project are 1. Acquiring the resources. We've listed on the screen several options that have worked well. 2. Getting the computers, electricity, and internet modems moved and working properly. Liz has had great success in gaining approval from her school board for other projects over the past few years, so she hopes to gain success by first proposing this to her administrative team and then to the school board. Additional costs in moving electrical and internet connectivity lines will need to be researched and determined. Finally, the proposed redesign. This classroom was redesigned with assumptions that air conditioning and heating equipment, along with the support structures, would not be changed. The biggest change to the floor plan you will notice is the collaborative computer workstations that were added along with work surface spaces. In the current classroom design, students have little to no working space, so they often work on the floor in the hallway. 2 desk areas in the front of the classroom were also added, giving students space for their physical resources while presenting. This space will be multi-purpose and will be used as a presentation preparation area as well. To utilize space most efficiently, whiteboards would be attached to the fronts of custom-built cabinets, which would provide individual storage spaces for student work, including presentation boards, equipment such as the vinyl cutter, Cricut, rhinestone press, etc., along with other physical resources including textbooks that students commonly use. While the physical classroom has great sound, light, and spatial opportunities, this new design will provide students a greater opportunity for collaboration and engagement. You can see from the actual photos that there are opportunities to add plants, color, and create optional lighting. Because of high traffic and the amount of time the teacher spends cleaning the room each day, the expense of carpet and labor in cleaning is not feasible at this time. On your screen, you'll see several furniture options from Smith System that address current issues. This company designs furniture to suit all classrooms and offers a shift in classroom and furniture design policy. According to their website, not only is the 21st century classroom designed around curriculum, the curriculum is designed around the student. In today's successfully designed classroom, everything starts with the student. For additional information on any of our proposals, please take a look at any of the sites featured on our references list.